What if your anxiety isn't all in your head, but hiding in your gut, your water bottle, or even your morning coffee? Most people treat symptoms and ignore the real cause: their diet. Discover the silent link between nutrition and anxiety before it controls you. Your mind is sending signals. Are you listening? Gut. They say the gut is our second brain. But for people with anxiety, it might just be the first. Inside your stomach lives a whole world of bacteria known as the gut microbiome. These tiny organisms don't just help with digestion, they directly affect how we feel, think, and react. When your gut is healthy, it produces neurotransmitters like serotonin, the chemical that helps regulate mood. In fact, nearly 90% of serotonin is made in the gut, not the brain. But here's the silent danger: a poor diet filled with processed foods, refined sugar, and low fiber destroys good bacteria. That imbalance in the microbiome can trigger inflammation, sending stress signals straight to the brain. You might feel anxious, restless, or even depressed, without realizing it's all starting from your gut. What's worse? You can't fix it overnight. It takes time, patience, and the right nutrition to rebuild the gut wall. Adding fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, or kimchi, and high-fiber foods like vegetables and whole grains can begin to restore balance. This connection is silent but powerful. People chase pills and therapy, often ignoring the one system quietly begging for help: their gut. If you truly want to manage anxiety, you have to start by feeding the system that feeds your mind. Sugar might give you a quick high, but for your brain, it's a setup for a crash. When you consume high amounts of sugar, your blood glucose spikes rapidly, and so does your energy. But what comes next is a sharp drop, leading to mood swings, fatigue, and, you guessed it, anxiety. This sugar roller coaster confuses your body. It triggers the stress hormone cortisol, which puts your nervous system on high alert. Suddenly, your heart races, your hands sweat, and you can't focus. Classic signs of anxiety. And the worst part, you start craving more sugar to feel better, falling into a loop that silently destroys your mental peace. Studies now show a strong link between high sugar intake and increased risk of anxiety disorders, especially in teens and young adults. Your brain doesn't just get energy from food, it also gets signals, and sugar sends all the wrong ones. Switching to complex carbs like oats, brown rice, and sweet potatoes provides slow, steady energy. These foods support stable moods instead of spikes and crashes. If you've been battling unexplained anxiety, it might not be just in your head. It could be hiding in your snack drawer. Caffeine may feel like a friend in the morning, but for many, it's a hidden enemy. Found in coffee, energy drinks, and even chocolate, caffeine stimulates the nervous system. It gives you that alert, focused feeling until it doesn't. For people prone to anxiety, caffeine can act like fuel on fire. It raises heart rate, increases blood pressure, and mimics symptoms of a panic attack: shaky hands, restlessness, and racing thoughts. Many don't realize their daily coffee habit could be silently triggering their mental spiral. Caffeine also interferes with sleep, and poor sleep is one of the biggest drivers of anxiety. You drink more to stay awake, but that only deepens the problem. It becomes a cycle: fatigue, caffeine, poor sleep, and rising anxiety. Cutting caffeine completely isn't always necessary, but reducing intake, especially in the afternoon or evening, can significantly ease symptoms. Try switching to herbal teas or decaf options. Your mind might feel slower at first, but over time, it will feel quieter, calmer, and more in control. Sometimes, the fastest way to feel better is to slow down. Vitamins might seem small, but their impact on your mind is massive. When your body lacks key nutrients, your brain doesn't work at full power, and one of the first things to suffer Your mood. Let's start with vitamin B complex, especially B6, B9, folate, and B12. These vitamins help your brain produce serotonin and dopamine, the chemicals that keep you calm and happy. A deficiency in these can leave you feeling drained, irritable, and anxious without knowing why. Then there's vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin. Low levels of vitamin D are linked to higher rates of depression and anxiety, especially in people who spend most of their time indoors. And don't forget magnesium, a mineral that regulates the nervous system. Low magnesium can lead to overactive nerves and intense anxiety. Unfortunately, fast food and processed diets lack these essentials. Even if you're eating enough calories, you might still be starving your brain. The fix isn't complicated. Leafy greens, eggs, nuts, fish, and sunlight can make a huge difference. Some people also need supplements, but always check with a professional. Your anxiety might not be a mental weakness. It might be a nutritional signal. Feed your body right, and your brain will thank you with peace. Hydrate feeling anxious, dizzy, or mentally foggy. It might not be stress. It could be dehydration. Water plays a quiet but critical role in mental health. When you're even slightly dehydrated, your body produces more cortisol, the stress hormone. This increase can mimic anxiety symptoms like tension, irritability, and difficulty focusing. Your brain is made up of nearly 75% water, and it relies on that hydration to send signals, regulate mood, and manage energy. Without enough water, brain function slows down. You may feel restless, overwhelmed, or unusually emotional, and not realize the root cause is as simple as not drinking enough. Dehydration also affects sleep quality, digestion, and your body's ability to detox, all of which can worsen anxiety over time. And if you're drinking caffeine or sugary drinks, they actually pull water out of your system, making the problem worse. The fix: make water your best friend. Start your day with a glass, carry a bottle, and set reminders if needed. Add slices of lemon or cucumber if plain water feels boring. Sometimes, peace of mind doesn't come from deep thinking or heavy therapy. It comes from a simple sip. Omega, when it comes to calming the mind, omega-3 fatty acids are silent heroes. Found in foods like salmon, walnuts, and chia seeds, these healthy fats are essential for brain health and especially powerful against anxiety. Omega-3s support the structure of brain cells and help regulate neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. When your body lacks them, brain communication gets sluggish, mood dips, and stress levels rise. Research shows that people with low omega-3 levels are more likely to experience anxiety and depression. These fats also fight inflammation, a major trigger for mental distress. A brain under inflammation struggles to function smoothly, leading to racing thoughts, low focus, and emotional ups and downs. The modern diet, heavy in processed oils and fried foods, throws off the balance between omega-3 and omega-6, and this imbalance silently feeds mental chaos. To fix it, start adding omega-3 rich foods to your daily diet. Even 1 to 2 servings a week of fatty fish or a daily flaxseed smoothie can make a difference. If food isn't enough, high-quality supplements can help, but consistency is key. You can't see omega-3s at work, but your mind can feel the difference. When your brain is well-oiled, it runs smoother, calmer, and clearer. Balance anxiety often feels like chaos, and many times, that chaos begins with imbalance. Not just in life, but in your plate. Too much sugar, too little fiber. High caffeine, low hydration, missing nutrients, skipped meals. All of it creates stress inside the body. True mental calm doesn't come from one miracle food. It comes from balance. A diet rich in whole foods, healthy fats, water, and key vitamins gives your brain the steady fuel it needs. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. When your body feels safe and supported, your mind begins to breathe. If this opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a moment that could change your life. Could your daily food choices be silently feeding your anxiety? Let us know in the comments. Your story might help someone else. Don't miss our next video, How Walking 10K Steps Impacts Your Brain, Not What You Think, coming soon.